back. Tonight, we are going to talk about what love got to do with it. It's a lot of stuff going on. Kim and Kanye is getting a divorce. Kim still wearing the ring while she going to the lawyer. So like she confused to me. I don't know, she probably still love him. It's a lot, a lot, a lot. T.I., my guy T.I., he did not mix up too.
Him and his wife.
Him and his wife.
And a couple of people associated with them, I believe.
Oh my word. So it's like, what's love got to do with what's going on in this world today?
Yes. All right.
Yes.
All right. What's up? Oh, Kim and Kanye. Is anyone really surprised that they're getting divorced? I don't need to be smiling. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
Right.
I kind of feel like they're not really gonna get, because this has happened before where they didn't go all the way, but somebody supposedly filed or talked about filing.
Right.
So I feel like it might not still go all the way. I feel like they love each other, but
I mean, I'm sure they love each other. They have a large family. I always did get the feeling that Kanye was kind of like starstruck by Kim, because I would see him on the show, and it's like when he would see her, he looked starstruck. You know what I'm saying? And
well, that was his dream girl.
that was his dream girl.
Right? Yeah.
So, like they say, see me and live with me is two different things. So I don't know.
Well, what love got to do with it with the children? Any thoughts on that? With the kids, with the, divorce at any stage is gonna hurt, whether broke or with money.
Right.
There's a big pain. There's the little Northie. Little Northie is like my heart. I think how little Northie is taking the whole thing is like mommy and daddy. I mean, I love the rest too, but seeing as they came from frozen eggs, I'm still confused about those. But it's not my business. It really isn't. But I'm just saying, anybody wanna like?
I mean, I think Kanye's mentally unstable though too. I don't think he's all the way. Since his mother passed away, I mean, it was a while ago, but he still hasn't been the same. And I don't feel like he was ready to love and be in a marriage. Even though he loves Kim, I don't feel like he's ready mentally still.
What's love got to do with it?
I don't follow them too much. I don't know too much about them. Either I'm too busy or they're too dramatic. They like to be in the limelight. Right. And I feel like it's just enough. Yeah. So whatever they do, I hope they're not doing it just for publicity, especially the husband. Because he does a lot of stuff just for publicity. This could be another stunt. Right? They know they're not going to divorce. They're not doing none of that. But just to get people's attention and just to get views like what we desire right now, they do a lot of stuff sometimes just to be in the limelight. And I'm just over it.
Okay.
Well, I'm a Kanye fan, and that's why, every time I pick up my phone and I see Kim and Kanye getting divorced, so it's just in the forefront of celebrity news right now. And I mean, he is diagnosed as bipolar. He's talked about his struggles with mental illness, even on what's that Netflix show? I Need No Further Introduction.
Oh yeah.
With David Letterman. So I mean, it's documented that he himself has admitted that he's having these problems. He was probably hypomanic most of his life. A lot of very creative and genius people like him are.
Too much on going in them.
Right. So their genius, borders on insanity, unfortunately. So that's why I'm, aware of what's happening, because I'm a fan of his. And,
Do you feel like maybe privacy versus being very public and putting your business out there has a difference, makes it a difference? Or do you think that if they would have kind of kept their marriage private, it would have lasted longer as opposed to them putting everything in there?
Good question.
Well, the Kardashians are not private people.
True.
So I feel like he must have known that that was going to be a part of it. But do I think that he's probably more private than them and didn't realize what it was going to be to be followed by cameras all the time?
Yeah.
Yes, I think maybe that could have contributed to the demise of their relationship. In addition to, you know, the things that we don't know. Because we don't know. Like, a marriage is just between those two people. Like, we don't really know what's going on with people that are together in a relationship. Right. Only you know the dirt, the good, the bad, or whatever. So, you know, we don't know. But
Any thoughts, Miss Leash? You're quiet.
I mean, so I think there's a lot of different, you know, pieces to this. I think there's the mental health piece. I think it's the public eye piece. I think it's the children, raising your children in the public eye piece. You know, it's one thing to, you know, admire someone and fall in love with them and they're in the limelight and, you know, they're famous and they have all these followers. And then it's another to have your kids immersed in all of that and everyone sees how your kids are growing up and there's no privacy.
right.
You know, when I looked at some of his posts, it looked like he's having some regrets about that. Like he doesn't, you know, didn't realize how, you know, impactful it would be for him to see his kids in that, you know, in that arena, have his kids in that arena. And then also the way that, you know, and I'm not, you know, shaming anybody, but the way that Kim became Kim is not necessarily, you know, something to be proud of. And so, you know, I think he's kind of, I feel like he's kind of realizing these things. And I think that's kind of contributed to his mental state a little bit. And when we say what's love got to do with it, love is not enough. And, you know, I'm divorced and loving someone doesn't mean your marriage is going to last. It takes a whole lot more than just love.
So,
Yeah.
That's true. Because I was thinking to myself, I'm saying, Kim, why is it that men tend to, when your women start to go to school, I'm not saying, you know, but this seems to be a pattern with men. Whenever they have a woman and she starts going to school and start edifying herself, he tends to start, maybe because he's not getting the attention because she's going to law school and all of that stuff. So, you know, he's not getting that attention that he's used for them to be flying all over the place because she's determined to be a lawyer. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she's determined to be a lawyer. And it seemed like, why would we be it's always that. It seemed like it seemed like 9 out of 10 times, as soon as the woman is trying to educate herself, know that some kind of, oh, I'm not getting enough attention, I'm leaving.
Well, what kind of man is that? What kind of man is want you to better?
It's not the bettering of yourself, it's the taking away from the time to go to school, to immerse yourself into something rather than them.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They tend to like feel a way about it. And it's not just Kanye. A lot of men are like that. You know. So,
Especially the narcissistic ones.
Oh.
That already, you know, like
That's right.
show that really broke this down.
Yeah.
The ones that really feel like all the focus should be on them.
Yeah.
And it's really all about them. And you know, like you should say, marriage or relationships go through a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So maybe they might feel like they need to divorce, but maybe all they could possibly need is some counsel. You know, that's another option, which I'm sure
It might be too far gone. The new season is coming.
okay. Well, like I say, I don't try to know too much about them. I'm not going to sit there and lie. So, you know, I just hope for the kids' sake that they can work something out.
Yeah.
And in some relationship, they're better off.
Yeah.
Especially even for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's better off, like you say, it depends on the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for in front of these kids. Even more than the public, in front of the kids. There's a lot of things like you said, he don't know.
No,
He
yeah.
don't know how deep the dirt is, or dirty the dirt is. So I mean, let's hope for these poor innocent children that's brought into the world. That's not it.
I don't think it's a game. I think it's a lack of privacy. Because look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. I mean, they occasionally you'll see a little photo come out or something like that, but they really, you can tell that they value their privacy.
Right. Especially
Yeah,
And their love.
right. People have judged them for not attending certain things, like they did not attend Kanye and Kim's wedding, even though they all seem to be so close, you know, from our perspective, because they're not into the beyond the reality show part of it. Right. So, you know, some people understand, like, I don't want my life to be a reality show. And then some people are making their fortune from that. Because, like Lisa was saying, maybe it has dawned on him that, oh, that is why she's famous. For loving fame. That's why she's famous. And to get wind back to the Carter in-laws, Solange had made a comment like that a couple of years ago. Like, you've been with my sister's week. We got talent. She would say something like that. Yeah. So, you never know, but it's sad.
It is. And the other thing that's going on is with the FBI.
yeah, Chinese and they're something.
So
What
about
exactly
them?
is going on?
As far as I see something about some sex trafficking allegations. Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly what it entails. Because what I seen on Instagram was like a lot of women are coming forward saying, so I don't know about the sex trafficking part, but basically saying that they'll get invited to not parties, but kind of like hotel parties or something.
Yeah.
They'll be attending, and then T.I. or Tiny or one of their people approach them and want to have like a threesome, foursome, whatever it is.
Oh.
But then I guess supposedly these women are like, we didn't really agree to it, and T.I. was kind of pressuring.
This was his life in Atlanta.
Right.
Candy Burris accused
Right.
of the same thing.
Yeah.
I
and then
know.
one
On
of their-
Housewives of Atlanta,
Right.
having a sex dungeon.
Right. And one of their friends was supposed to be like one of the people that kind of ringleader that ropes them in. I don't know. These are like allegations, so I don't know exactly.
You used to live in Atlanta.
Allegedly.
What's up with that?
But they said this has been going on for like decades. Like, you know, so supposedly. So I don't know.
Well, it happened with Epstein.
Oh yeah.
It happens. It seems to be like it might have been happening. You know, you're not supposed to talk about R. Kelly or Black.
That's weird.
What about them?
I mean, people, he has his set of people that just pick right off, you know, like right now. So, you know,
I don't mean to I'm sorry. I can hardly hear what you guys
Come
are
on, be here.
Like I can't really hear too good.
I can't make out what you guys are saying sometimes.
Oh. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but like it's like you'll start talking, it'll go out and come back in.
In and out. Okay.
Is the Wi-Fi issue?
I have no idea what that was.
Like,
I don't
all right, so what part did you miss? You want us
Well,
to
hold on. Let me just check and see.
Time out.
Yeah. Okay, what about now? How do you hear it now?
Now I can hear you, but before I was like, and
Oh,
I was like, I just kept getting closer and closer.
oh my God, so why y'all need to say
I
something?
didn't want to interrupt. It happened just when you were like, well, you lived in Atlanta, and from that point, I was like,
But up to that point, you were able to hear?
right,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
right. But then
I don't know.
Like something happened and then all of a sudden it was like
muffled.
we could, yeah.
I feel like they're working on something.
Now it sounds fine.
Okay. Yeah, so what's love got to do?
Well, you know, I think is like the soundtrack behind a lot of people's
Because we were talking
lives.
about, is it taboo to talk about him?
Yeah,
R.
that's
Kelly.
what we were talking
R.
about.
Kelly.
That when you guys couldn't hear us.
But we don't want to call his name, and then the next thing you know.
No, you can call us name if you want.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
Oh,
why can't
all
we
right.
talk about
Oh, okay.
I have been able to separate the man from his music. So,
okay, like
I feel guilty every time I listen to his music now.
you feel tainted? You feel jaded?
I feel guilty.
Feel guilty?
I do feel weird. I'm not gonna lie. Just,
I have not listened to his music since all of that nonsense.
Yeah.
with him.
Oh, okay.
No.
it's just hard. To,
But that's just me because
Yeah.
I just really started listening to Whitney again. I wasn't able to listen to Whitney.
since she passed.
Yeah.
Oh,
So just the other day, and so funny enough, it was like I wasn't driving my own vehicle. I was driving the company vehicle, and our song came on, and I was like, you know, I didn't want to mess with the thing. I just wanted to drive, go where I'm going, and come back. And, so I had to listen it through, and I'm like, oh my God, Whitney, you know, and so sometimes you really don't even want to hear the person singing, you know. Well, R. Kelly for me was like that. It's like it hurts to know that a song like that he's really talking about a little young girl or something.
Lord,
See,
see,
I even thinking about an adult woman. When
I doubt it's very serious.
yeah.
I mean, I was such a huge R. Kelly fan. I mean, I loved R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't really feel. I haven't listened to his music, honestly. Now that I really think about it, I haven't, but not because I feel disgusted. I just haven't listened to it. I haven't
Yeah,
felt,
it's not like he's putting anything out.
because I feel like he's talented at the end of the day. He is. He's just a pervert.
Yeah.
But would you still listen to Michael Jackson? Because there was allegedly there was some thing going on with Michael, and I was listening to Michael music. So sometimes it was separate.
And sometimes it's a song you can't help.
Right. Because the music is good, it's just good.
Right.
You know, so you just have to like block and just listen to what
Like
they're
Renee
listening
said,
to. Separate.
Right. Like, you know, a lot of, I'm going off the subject, but
Go.
I feel like you have a lot of people who are like, oh, when you hear WAP, for example,
Yeah.
people are like, oh my God, because how women are talking and little girls listen to this. But you have black men who degrade women all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. And people out there dancing and twerking and they don't say anything. But when two women do something, it's like, oh my God, what are they doing? There's no respect. There's this. I'm like, come on.
And speaking of which, congratulations to Cardi B. She's first female rapper to have 2 songs back to back, number 1 on the 100 Billboard, and both songs is just one name, Up and WAP.
Party.
Nobody's mad. Nobody was mad at John Mayer.
Guys saying about it's a double standard, but there is a double standard. I mean, have we not seen Maury? Like, there's a difference between those women that are there that cannot identify who is the father of their child because they had sex with too many men in 1 month. I mean, it's 1 egg a month.
Wow.
So how can you not pinpoint who you had sex with each week just for 1 month?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. And actually, it's 3 weeks because 1 week is supposed to be your period.
right.
So
Yes.
you didn't get your period. So you don't know how many men or who could have fathered your child in 3 weeks.
I think sometimes they have an idea.
But that's what I'm saying. It when people are like, oh, women and then the man could do this. Yeah, the man can. A man could have 10 baby mamas and he just walking around free. Nobody's like, oh, whose child is that you're carrying? Or I mean, there's some shame to it if a woman doesn't know who her child's father is. So you cannot just, I don't know. I don't feel like women could just be sleeping with whoever they want, whenever they want. I mean, you can, but don't compare yourself to being a man. Like, do what you want, but don't compare yourself to being a man. Because if you feel you can sleep with 20 men, then probably a man can sleep with 100 women. The ratio is never going to be the same to me.
So
And
what's
even
love
right
got to do
now,
with it?
What's love got to do with it? Is that okay? Even right now in the news, also in celebrity news,
Right.
they're saying that Lori Harvey is like a hoe.
Right.
No, that's funny.
Well, they're saying
Some of the
that
rapper dudes are saying that.
Well, they're
They
saying,
can't have her.
and they're saying she's being glorified. That
Right.
She's glorified
Right.
for doing something that a normal, regular person would be doing.
But you
Like,
know what?
I don't know if the issue is that a regular person. I think they're saying like, how come us women are like, oh, she got Michael B. Jordan, so she's the gold, and she had this one 2 months ago and that one 2 months ago. But I'm just wondering, like, maybe she actually listened to her father's advice. I mean, I take what Steve Harvey says to heart, and I'm not his daughter. So why wouldn't his daughter take a lot of what he has said?
So what? I look at what Steve Harvey said. They don't go around.
Like, let men wait. See who they really are before you start
So
giving
she-
them the cookie.
So
she
she's
didn't-
not giving up no cookie.
I don't think so. I mean, not necessarily.
Who knows?
Who knows?
but they're saying
But she could
is.
not be.
They're saying she is.
She might not be
She
though.
might not be.
It's possible. Like, you don't have to have sex with somebody.
No, it's possible.
Yeah, you can hang out with a dude and you're still just getting to know him, before you decide to do anything, if you're not in a rush or wherever you are at in your life or whatever.
My thing is these men they take it so personal, but it's like, why do you care? Are you sleeping with Lori Harvey?
Right.
Is she committed to someone? Is she married? She's a young woman. She's
Yeah.
beautiful, and she can do that. I listen. I'm like, she needs to write a book on what she's doing, because she had all these A-list men, and obviously it's working because she's like, next,
Right.
and still chasing her. Like, I mean, obviously she's not that random. I mean,
Yeah.
You could have a lot of men friends because I like men.
Yeah.
So you can have a lot of they're called relationships, all of them.
Yeah, they
She's called them relationships.
Yeah, that's what they're.
You see, that's the
Friendship,
problem.
relationship.
That's a problem.
That's
I think
But maybe it's dating.
I'm
like
scared of
she's
the
dating.
word relationship. If it's, I like to say connection, because sometimes when you say relationship, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
But if you say it's a connection, right? Because a connection can lead into a relationship, but a relationship cannot lead back into a connection, right?
Okay.
Because it's going forward.
Yeah.
So to kind of say sometimes, especially if you're a celebrity and you seem to be dating around, just say connections. It will take off a lot of this. Oh, she was in a relationship with this one last week.
it was an entanglement.
So what you're gonna say? I was connected to.
I was entangled. Like,
It's an entanglement.
it was an entanglement.
No, it's a connection.
Yeah.
It's a connection. We have a connection.
All
Now
right.
it's up to your mind how you see our connection. But I'm telling
I'm
you,
supposed to
it's
next
a
week.
connection.
So next week
That's
I
what
have
happened.
to with Billy Bob.
But
What
you
is
can
that?
have as
The
much connection.
connection?
You can have as much connection as you want.
It's a
Oh.
lot of connection.
It is.
Well, because from what I saw,
Network. It's network. Alicia.
because when I saw Instagram is the rapper Boosie,
Yeah.
he was saying that basically what his take is that people are glorifying her for dating all these men in a short amount of time. He was saying basically, do you want your daughter to be like Lori Harvey? Because all these women and men are bigging her up for like, oh, she got this one. But in reality, you want your daughter to be that type of female, is what he was saying. Like, because if it was a normal person like us, I mean, I want my daughter dating around like that.
But he looks like a creature.
Huh?
He looks like a creature. She wouldn't date him.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just.
I wake up to all these Lord Harvey fans on my ass. Talking about I'm hating on Lord. What I want hate on Lord for? I just said y'all got it fucked up saying that's goals. If you saying that's goals, that means you want your daughter to fuck 7 or 8, 9 niggas in a couple months in the industry. If that's goals, if that's cool with you for your daughter doing that, then I can't say shit. But what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers is y'all salute the woman who get passed around, but y'all dog the woman who stick by they nigga when they nigga fuck over. Y'all dog the real bitches who stick by they nigga. You heard me? But y'all salute the bitches who go from hand to hand. The world fucked up, but the woman who stick by her nigga, find her one nigga, find her one celebrity and stick by that nigga, she's stupid. The world fucked up. I'm just a speaker. The world fucked up.
You think so?
Sure.
Oh my God, that's you are too much.
You like a creature.
Come on.
Maybe he is jealous. I don't know.
Jealous, because she would never.
It was like circulating, like a debate about that. Like, would you want your daughter to be looked at that way? I guess.
But maybe she's just dating. I feel like they're all assuming she's just dating. Is that you're dating?
Yeah. She could just be taking her father's advice and just dating and making sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
You can date as much people as you want. You got to know where the limit is. It's just people drawing their own conclusion. That as soon as they see
Exactly.
somebody, it's about
It's true.
it's you're doing things. When you probably just talking to a lot of people, having fun and going out, because you can say no. There's an option. There's a yes and there's a no.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't have to, you know, that's why I say relationship and connection for me is different, because connection could mean I'm just friends with kicking it. But he could not tell you at any time any marks on my body. Maybe on my mind, but not my body. So it's a connection. It's way different.
And I think, you know, she's like right now, like he's courting her. He's doing what he should be doing as a man. And I think knowing that she has options
Makes her more desirable, probably.
making him be more aggressive with his courting. And I think he just told her he loved her. And I think men need to see that you have options. And
Exactly.
like dating, that's what she's doing. She has options.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Men.
like men have options.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Just don't sleep.
He's trying to make sure that she doesn't think she's an option. I feel like, you know,
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying anything's wrong with women dating. Like, date whoever you want. Like, when I was single, I was dating and trying and dibbling and dabbling.
That's right.
Yes. She's grown. When I decided I was ready to start, let me get back into it now. I went through a whole long period of nothing. And then when I decided, let me get back into it, then I'm going to start dating different people to see who I like and what I like. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, no matter what people say, oh, it's 2021, it's modern times, we could do this, we could do that. I just think that when it comes to sex, it's just different for men and women. Like, women, we take men into our bodies. Like, it's something is happening.
It's different. Yeah.
It's different.
It is.
They're kind of walking around with a sword, like you
Take everything down.
into your soul and your spirit and your being.
Yes.
Like, women actually change because of a man. Like, you'll
Yes.
start eating what he wants you to eat, dressing the way he wants you to dress, like, because you become his representative. We talked about representative,
Yes.
but in this aspect of it, you're representing him.
Yes.
So if that happens to a woman just from being with a man, then what do you think is happening when you're taking them into your body? So that's all I'm saying is that it's a double standard then, and oh well, it's just a double standard. We just have to live with it. You
That's
know?
why what's love got to do with it? Just like what Subject said, self-love.
Right.
Because you have to come to that point where you can dress up for yourself.
Right.
It's not so bad.
Right.
You know, it took me almost 60-something years to do that.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I was brainwashed. Today I was watching Wendy Williams' show and I was like,
Oh, her movie.
look at the movie. I said, look how
A
this
lifetime.
man take this woman and just play such a mental game on her that it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He didn't have to put a hand on her. He didn't have to raise his voice. He was so cool, so calm. No matter what happened, he just remind her that she didn't come from anywhere. And it's the two of us, honey. And if it wasn't for me, and that's all she can hear in her head. That's all she could hear. And then she get high and she hear it even more. Oh my God. It was like,
Gaslighting.
And when she come to the realization that, listen, I'm the one, when the man at the whole house with another girl down the block
Crazy.
from their house.
Yeah.
She went to the house, she lift up the garage. All the cars that he tell her that he never liked was in the garage. She kicked the dog pan. She was like, he got dogs. Then she's like, she was not allowed to have a dog. Here it is, he live with a woman, they got dogs. He got,
That's crazy.
all of this is her money. And she was so, he had her so much mentally, man.
Brainwashed.
And once you could see, once she got over it, once she knocked out, it was real too. Remember the show when she passed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. She went to the rehab and she ran away from the rehab. Oh God, I'm not going to talk the whole show, but it's the part that really, because I don't really, honest to God, I do not watch her. I can't take it. It's I love you, baby. I'm for real. But every day was like, come on, you know. And so I wasn't really never into her show. But the concept of how it's not about the show, it's just about their relationship and how he was. And for somebody that was like a thug, yo, he know how to play with a woman's head, boy. He was Mr. Suave. Okay, a black Mr. Suave. It's very interesting. You know what love got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow.
Yeah, she was very honest. I'm sorry, she was very honest, and I just like the fact that she brought to light that could happen to anybody. That could happen to, because women say like, that's not gonna happen to me. It could happen to you.
Yes, yes.
Once a man that has a hold of your mind, it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to men. It could happen to women.
I think it's interesting. She showed, all the beautiful moments, right, of the relationship. And then, it just turned around after she got pregnant, that she didn't know it turned around after she got pregnant. She didn't find out until she had the baby. Like it's that whole thing where we talked about like the narcissist, narcissistic dating a narcissist or whatever, just like holding on to that person that they used to be and trying to get back there and, just losing yourself in the process. And even though she was on TV and, every day showing up as Wendy Williams, behind the scenes, she was struggling. And it's,
I feel like sometimes we women need to kind of spend some time by ourselves, get to know yourself, and become grounded. Like we're living in the clouds a lot. Become grounded, because when you're somebody that's really grounded, like I said, things can happen. But when you're grounded and you know who you are, and you know what you're gonna accept in this life or what you're not gonna accept, and you decide that if I have to just go back to God like this, I will. And it's not that you're cold or anything like that, but you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
And no matter how you love somebody, sometimes don't lose yourself.
Yeah.
Don't take your head off your shoulder and give it to him. Like we said in the last show, it's two whole people coming together to bring something to a table.
Yes.
Which is the relationship. What's love got to do with it?
Yes.
What's your contribution?
Right.
You act like you don't have a brain anymore. You don't have this. Yes, when you were younger and you were more gullible and more impressionable, certain things you might allow. But somebody your age, like, come on, you lost yourself. But thank God now, she came out of it. Yes. She might sit there and say, me there. Thank God.
Yes.
Okay, because that was.
Oh yeah, she came out of.
That was a disaster.
She's out of it.
You have to thank God.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this episode, I heard Alicia say, "Love is not enough." I think the last episode, I heard you say the same thing. So, what is enough? Like, what are you guys looking for in to be happy in a relationship, or even to attract the relationship that you want? Like, what are the steps that we're taking to get to that? Because I like to focus on the solution of things. Because if we keep focusing on the problem just keeps getting bigger. Anything you put energy towards, that's what's going to grow. Right. So if you put the energy toward the problem's going to keep getting bigger. You put the energy toward the solution, then the solution's going to appear. Mm-hmm. You know, out of nowhere. It's like magic.
Right.
So what is it that you guys are kind of looking for? Because I both hear you expressing the same sentiment.
Yes.
Whoever wants to start. I'm wondering.
You said, what am I looking for?
Yeah, or what, like, when you say that love is not enough. So what does that mean, really?
I mean, I think, you know, love is an action word, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think that in addition to love as an action, I think mutual respect, which is how you show love as well. Great communication, because you could love somebody and show love and not know how to communicate. Common goals, common values. They have to dance.
That's right. There you go.
You know, being able to have fun and not take yourself too seriously, you know, just things like that. It's like, you know, yes. I don't want someone that's perfect for me, not want someone that's perfect, you know, but perfect for me. And love is a start, but there's so many other things that you need in order to stay in that state of love. And also when things get hard, there are these other things that you can, you know, grab onto that say, okay, it's hard right now, but this is the person that I can laugh with. This is the person that I can share my secrets with. This is the person that'll support me through everything. So because of these things, I, you know, will work through whatever I need to work through in order to make the relationship work. And yeah.
And it's so funny, Nisha, because you're saying everything that Wendy believed about her relationship. Like, he was there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? She went through a ton of miscarriage because she had medical issues. And she wanted a baby so bad. And like they went through it together, yeah, you know, super. And he's always there for me. When they fired her from this place to that place, he's always there, protecting her, making sure nothing. So in her mind, it's like, you know, it's love. Yeah. He must love me. Who else would do this? Where is this other man that would do the things that he does? And in the end, look what he did. So,
yeah.
Oh, what's love got to do with it?
Yeah.
That's the question. What's love got to do with it?
And I think with that situation, it wasn't just he cheated on her, because people make mistakes. You forget,
right.
But it got so to the point where he just didn't respect her at all.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you come back from that? How can I be with someone that doesn't respect me?
Right.
And have a baby with someone down the street from me, mm-hmm. and that it's like, you know, you can't.
Oh yeah. They could have outgrown each other. Sometimes these relationships that start from kitty. Now it's kitty was fine. Because I know I was in something like that. From we were young, coming up. That's so nice. Beautiful. But I find as we had gotten older and we got not even separate, we got not together, both got older. Right? So now I have to know the man under the roof. How he pays bills, I didn't see this when he was a kid. Because there was no bills, you don't go out, you have fun, and you come in, and it's so sweet. But then now comes the serious part of it, as you get older, more mature. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ. It's what it is. You know, so people change.
Yeah, people change. What's hard is not knowing when that change happened. So it's like he did all of these things, and you know, one of the the catalyst was her being bedridden, you know, on bed because of the pregnancy, which is an excuse. But it's like, at what point in the relationship, and I struggle with this because I had a really bad breakup about 1.5 years ago. And it's like, at what point in the relationship did you realize that I wasn't the person you wanted to be with? Because it would have been nice that you shared that with me instead of going behind my back and doing things that, you know, would hurt me. So it's like,
But they don't have enough guts to do that.
Yeah.
But then you say love over action.
Right.
So can't you see some of the action and know that it's right? You know, cause usually sometimes when a man starts feeling that way, his action could tell him a lot. He probably sexy guns. It's a miss, null and void. Null and void sometimes. Sometimes for weeks he has not even like, well, the last time we had sex, honey, you know. But because maybe he's getting it somewhere else. His love interest is somewhere else. So some women turn a blind eye, oh, he's bad, or oh, we're not brothers and sisters now. Because I hear a couple say that. We're not brothers and sisters now.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. Okay, because if you're not me, we already get it. Because I know you want it. So then it's going to just pay attention. And like I said, stay grounded.
Well, yeah. I mean, but do you think that you guys have been communicating needs and wants that you have? Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, are you? She's like,
I did talk about this last time.
Oh, she
I
did.
did explain.
Yeah.
Hey,
I did explain.
Oh, wait. She can't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying to her that we didn't hear from her about love is not enough.
But I was saying that I had explained it the last episode.
You could explain it again.
I don't really want to. I mean, it's awkward for me because y'all related to this person, so it's not like it's kind of awkward sometimes.
I know.
But then what are you looking for?
Yes.
Yeah.
We asked you.
Yeah, the question really was that I know that that's something that you repeatedly express. So what are you doing about it? Like, how is it the problem getting fixed? If you're fixing it or if you want to fix it, I don't know. Because of course, like we should be saying all these things, especially communication, because I think sometimes women, like, we think we're communicating what we need and we might not really be communicating what we need. Like, men need like clear direction.
Right.
You know, they already don't even want you to tell them to turn right, turn left. So forget about if you have to try to be like, oh, this is how I operate. Because they do try to understand how we operate from what they see. You know, like from what they're observing and what they're seeing. Men want to figure out who this woman is that they're with. You know what I'm saying? So the missing pieces of the puzzle, we have to communicate that to them. Right? So that's one important thing. So do you feel like, is there anything we, the circle of sisters, can do or say to help you with like what you need to change, you know, what you're not getting?
this is a safe space.
The safe space.
Not necessarily. I just feel like it's kind of after a lot of these because it's been a long time. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. I feel like it's kind of past some of these things. So I really don't.
It's breaking up again.
Oh, she's breaking up again. Sorry.
Sorry. Can you hear it? No.
Can you hear now? You can't hear me?
It's usually when Latice and Jackie talk.
Yeah.
Last week.
I don't know. My voice,
You know what?
you have a strong voice.
Maybe let me move this on this side because I'm loud.
Well, honestly, I feel like we're all
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Well, you can have a pretty good voice.
No, we're not saying anything about good or bad. We're just
No,
saying
yeah.
volume.
No, when I say voice, I mean
Yeah.
Okay. What about now? What about now?
It sounds good now.
Sounds good now.
sounds good.
Can you hear me?
You can hear
Yeah.
me? Okay. All right.
All right. So what?
It's back up to you again.
I'm trying to think what we were just saying though.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that.
Well, we were talking about communication. So
Yeah.
why don't we kind of segue into the importance of communication and what we were talking about earlier, like texting versus talking. What are y'all thoughts about that? Like, do you guys think that people in a relationship can bond or really get to know each other over text?
No.
I think
No.
I think that
You think that they can?
I do.
I mean, I sometimes I feel like I can feel the energy of a text.
Oh Lord.
I can feel the word.
You
I
could
can
feel all the
it.
exclamation and the question.
When you're on the phone, even it's another emotional type of connection. Like, especially if you don't really get to see each other like that. And you're not necessarily in a relationship. It's like a connection, so you're like longing to, text, and then the call, So I do feel like you can,
I think people can bond. I mean, people used to just write letters to each other.
Right.
And you would write a letter, and
I know.
it goes for weeks, and then
10 o'clock.
any letters coming, like.
So that it's easier to say things that you don't really mean over text.
Right.
Yeah,
I think people are braver.
And things can get taken out of context too.
Also.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people perceive tones.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't like texting. I will stop texting in the middle of something and call you. That's how I
you
am.
like FaceTiming because
I'm a FaceTime queen.
No, I'll call you like a regular call, and then all of a sudden it's click over to face. I'm like, I didn't want to FaceTime.
No.
Why didn't you get on the phone?
No, because I want to get used to cameras. See, I'm global already. Y'all is not getting this. I'm already global. My vision is clear, crystal clear. So, like, I know I gotta get used to cameras because bigger cameras are coming, and so I practice.
I know, but it's not always FaceTime time.
Right?
If I call you, I'm calling you for a reason. Like, I'm at work.
Right.
Trying to just call you real quick. FaceTime. It's like, I'm not supposed to have a camera at work. It's like against policy.
Mother, I said, I want to see your beautiful face. She'll click me off.
Yes, I will. It's time.
She clicked me off. I have to call her again on the regular phone.
Correct.
I'm like, this pussy. No, I don't know.
FaceTime can sometimes go into a privacy, somebody's privacy. I mean, you let somebody know you're gonna FaceTime, or you just stick into FaceTime straight?
I usually tell people I'm gonna FaceTime. Oh, not you, Sassy. Sorry.
Right.
It depends on the person, I guess. It depends on the person.
Depends. Depends.
Yeah. It depends.
My sons, I just FaceTime them. Tassie, I just FaceTime.
Aha!
Yeah, we FaceTime pretty frequently.
Your sons, right?
Yeah.
So you get it now while your mother FaceTime you?
No.
You still don't get that. But your sons, you just FaceTime them.
Or they just FaceTime me.
Either way.
But it depends on the situation. I just said I'm at work and you're FaceTiming. That's not appropriate. Or if I'm in, she'll FaceTime me and then be like, what are you doing? What are you eating? Why is it dark? Why is it bathroom? Why? It's like, I cannot explain every move that I'm making. I'm grown. Like,
when you ready,
I don't talk to my sons like that.
She got beard and she cut their men. She got beard and she call her and she FaceTime. But put on the FaceTime, she make it come on for me sister. She have brush her teeth and her beard. See that's what you want to say.
Basically, like, is this what you want to see? Because
listen, you see when I go on to greener pastures in heaven, you're gonna think about all these things about your mama, and you're gonna remember all these nice times. And we had a great show, guys. Yeah. You know, that's how we do. We're just a family. That's what we do. We just kick it. We talk about 10 million things that's going on, and we just kick it just like that. And so we're asking that you
like, share, and subscribe.
All right. Comment. Let us know what you think, and send your link. Because one night we're just gonna open up the art and we're gonna really dive into the discussion. Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh wait. We just want to say we just wrapped up Aquarius season. We had 3 Aquarius here, so it's over. It was not that good an Aquarius season for me. No. Why? Well, firstly, I went to get my hair cornrowed and the Africans ripped out my edges. Okay. I shaved them.
What? It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. My hair was so tight. Then I've been eating a lot of sweets, so I keep breaking out. Yeah. I'm like, what is going on? Is this what turning 44 does to you?
You're gonna love it.
But no, it's always good to age. I think aging is a blessing.
Yes. What?
Us black folks don't even always make it.
Yes.
We can get taken out at the stoplight. So I am thankful for every moment. Yeah, so shout out to all the Aquarius. Aquarius season is over. It's Pisces season now.
Yes.
Okay, but happy birthday to us. Right. And happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, all right.
All right.
I can't coordinate all this. I was trying.
Said that I've been acting different, yeah. Funny how I finally took the script, yeah. You the one who's double dipping, yeah. You're so sloppy how I caught you slipping, You're off the leash, got me my keys. You're popping up the hitty, yeah. I ain't even got the miles to trip on, yeah.
What's up, everyone? It's
what's wrong? There's problem.
It's
just go, keep going.
It's a family affair. The song, because I never hear the song, so the song is
okay. Do you want a different song?
No. I just never heard it before. So she asking for the keys and all of that stuff. I'm really into it. Like, what's next? You're gonna want it. I mean, it sounds serious. Who is this chick? Never heard of her. But it's okay. Hello, everyone. We are back, and it's good to be back.
You said that I've been acting different, yeah. Funny how I finally flipped the script on, yeah. And you the one who's double dipping, yeah. You so sloppy how I caught you slipping,